Welcome to Why Should I Invest? Developed by the International Collegiate Angels Network, or ICAN. At ICAN, we believe that campus-born ventures are today's most underappreciated asset class. Each podcast will spotlight a campus-born founder and the venture they're building. I'm going to ask the tough questions that investors would want to ask. And welcome to another episode of Why Should I Invest? I'm Dr. Tom Duening. Today I'm here with Mr. Andy Ridgway, the founder and CEO of Everybody Counts. Everybody Counts is a best-in-class global math program to help schools improve outcomes with world-leading Singapore math mastery approach. Andy, welcome to the show. Give us a little background on yourself and a little background on your company, please.
Thank you, Tom. So I was an international school head teacher for 10 years around the world. I was head of school in Malaysia, Myanmar, through the coup and all the problems we had out there, and then Italy and Serbia. And while I was in Malaysia, I realized there was a worldwide gap in the market to make quality mathematics accessible for every child and not just completely elitist. If we used EdTech, we could bring down the price point to a more accessible price point. We could have real data analytics rather than in a textbook format, and has been impressive in itself. And there was just a gap in the market to make quality maths accessible to masses. We could bother to translate, bother to localize content, which many companies don't bother. Simple as that. So we can use it for Arabic, left to right, right to left. You know, we can have it in Spanish rapidly and localized, culturally localized, linguistically localized. You know, so we've had pretty good traction, to say the least, in a few months of being a market. So
well, good for you. I mean, that's good to hear. Tell us about the Singapore math approach. What is unique about that?
So it basically, I mean, the results speak for themselves. On the Singapore maths is based on a fundamental, ethos of it is the CPA approach. So the theory behind it is Jerome Bruner's CPA approach to mathematics. It's concrete, pictorial, abstract approach to maths. And when we digitize maths education, too many lost at the very core what is the C, the concrete element, the manipulatives, the number lines for young children, the counters, you know, all the things you use with the manipulatives. And the Singapore approach believes you should have this all the way through primary school level and not just in early years like is typical. It kind of year one, grade 2 a little bit, then by the grade 5 it's forgotten, long forgotten. And this approach says you need this enjoyment of mathematics. At 5 years old, children believe they're good or bad at mathematics. They enjoy or they hate mathematics. And we've got to make it fun and engaging right from the first point. So if you do that, you can keep them involved in maths, get them enjoying maths. And this approach, the results are self-explain, it's data-driven. Like if you look at Singapore, they're at the top time and time again, so it's because of this approach. You cannot produce a textbook in Singapore, an education textbook, that's not based on the CPA approach in the theory behind education.
Wow, that's fascinating. And where exactly are you in the product development? You said you've got some releases already in the marketplace.
Yeah, we've already got our Lighthouse product is the primary school product platform, which we've just recently, last year we run in Innovate UK 12 months ago. So one of the top 3% most innovative UK companies. We've won £1 million of grant funding so far, which helps things obviously. We've got our product at market already. We've got contracts across Cambodia, Thailand, South Africa, UK, just finalising Ireland, and we're already selling into the US as well. So it's quite exciting. And then we've already developed the early years content, but we're looking for further investment to develop that further.
Wow. So people understand what you're selling. I mean, they've heard the concept of the Singapore maths approach.
Yeah, very much so. It's well renowned. It's become more known as math mastery, just to not associate with any given country. But yeah, very much so. It is based on the Singapore approach to mathematics.
And wow, I mean, $1 million in grant funding. That's amazing. That's non-equity grant funding, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's non-equity. It's a lot of support from the Welsh government. I should say the Welsh government have been very supportive. We've had good support from the Welsh in the UK, and obviously winning Innovate UK has been a massive stamp.
Yeah, wow. And you've got quite a bit of exposure in Asia. I'm noticing here in my notes that it says you've begun training 2,000 teachers in Cambodia. Maybe you've already expanded beyond that.
Yeah, things are getting exciting there, to be honest with you, Tom. We got backing from Child Fund Korea. We're working in the state system in Cambodia. The next step will be we're discussing with United Nations, and that's going to be 2.1 million children across country all using the platform. And we've got huge support from the UK ambassador, he came to open up the training in the state system a few weeks ago as well. Huge support from UK government in that part of the world. We've already got contracts across Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam is going to be a big one with big partnership looking like with Oxford University Press and a couple of other big players there. So some huge potential deals. We've got our first contract just being finalized in India with a big school group. It's going to be 430,000 children in India in our first school group. So quite exciting.
You're busy. You're a busy guy. Is this inbound? I mean, are you guys doing any marketing, or is this just inbound calls that are coming in?
Purely inbound, Tom. Right now, we literally doing very little. Yeah. I
Wow.
need to. What with the investment is 40 million. The 60% will be towards the sales and marketing piece. So right now, we're very founder led. The investment we've got, the early contracts are all from me, and I need it to come off my shoulders to scale a company.
Yeah, wow. And I'm looking at various markets. What do you think is the overall market size for your products?
Like we're looking at like sort of the overall total available market right now. We're looking circa 60 billion. You could say 10% of that will be service. The SAM circa 6 billion, and then you're looking, the SAM 360 million, something like that.
Yeah.
It's decent figures.
And your business model right now is a subscription type model?
Subscription model, Tom, and typically B2B. We're looking at the B2C upsell. We're just now nearly finished the set, like the parental app, which gives the parent data analytics, how their child's doing, fun things doing with their child, etc. And that one we're doing at the price of a cup of coffee per country. So it's different price in Cambodia than it is to the US, to the UK, etc. And it's circa $2 to $5, let's say, like per child per month. So we're looking at very accessible price points for the masses when we're working around the world. So it can range from a few dollars in Cambodia up to $15 in the Gulf or the States, which again, $15 per child per year is cheap on the whole grand scheme of things compared to what's on the market right in the US. This is a very attractive price point. This is also important.
I agree. And the markets include school systems, publishers, parents, and homeschoolers.
Yeah, that's a big market for us. The homeschool market, not least in the US, Tom, is extremely attractive. The way it's set up there, we're discussing with Florida at the moment, and the fact you've got they sign off, the state signed off, they've got X amount budget per $8,000 per parent or per child, and they sign off and the state pays it. So we've got a very, very attractive platform for them. We've got teacher notes all built in and support for the teacher or the tutor for the tutoring market. We're looking at B2B model for tutoring companies as well. We've got a nice platform for the children with a bit of gamification on how the child looks culturally sensitive, etc. They can build it to look themselves. They get rewards for engagement, like a Duolingo type thing as they go through, which is that we've had huge feedback from. Such good feedback we've actually had because we're teachers. We've had to build in the fact that if they've not caught up with the work, they can't do the avatar without being caught up with their work and stuff. So we've made continuations as we go, improvements as we go forward. Then we've got real-time data on the back of it all. So we've got homework set automatically, marked automatically, assessment likewise, then an overview of the data analytics where the minister can see the entire country, how they're doing across the board, where they should be spending the CPD money, the professional development money, etc., etc. So pretty impressive data analytics.
I wish you had some passion for your project here, Andy. Well, I have to ask you now because it sounds like there's quite a bit of work going on in terms of product development. So tell us a little bit more about the rest of your team.
So the rest of the team, we've got, Judy's the co-founder. She wrote a lot of the material. We've got a small author team because I wanted to
Judy
Hornigold.
Hornigold,
Yep. And she was the author for Maths No Problem originally. They're a very, very well reputed maths mastery company, very textbook based realistically, and they've got some tech on the teacher side, but they're really textbook workbook side. Singapore maths approach, very, very good author, and I wanted her tone of voice coming through, so we had a small author team working with her. I fortunately met a phenomenal CTO who's been absolutely fantastic, obviously won Innovate UK, thanks to him, that's Robin Fairless, and he's built a really good team. We've now got the Alan Turing data scientist working with us. Alan Turing is a very reputed group, well-reputed group in the United Kingdom, and we've just got Sam Rose, a phenomenal data scientist. We've got a small tech team as well with software engineers. We've then got a CFO who's just joined us more recently, a female CFO who's been phenomenal addition, London-based. And we have one sort of sales lead at the moment who's joined us. And we have Who else have we got in there now? We've got my original investor. Believe what we did. He was a contracts lawyer, and he loved what we did. He invested 500,000 into me because he believed so much in what we're doing. He was dyslexic as a kid, and he put his money into us. And he's like, "Look, I think you're onto something." He saw me turn around schools that were failing, and he backed me. That's simple as that.
Wow. And right now, I do see that you are in a funding round, and my notes say that you're looking for about 2 million in this current round. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct, Tom. But actually, we've raised quite a bit now. We got venture backing from London. Fuel Ventures are backed us, so they're leading the seed
Yeah.
round now. So they're leading the round. And we've raised currently about, let's say, circa 1.5 million so far. We've already raised. So actually, we're not far off completing a round. Like
Yeah.
500,000 will be more than enough now to see us in a very, very nice runway. So
Great.
obviously
Great.
the grant, the non-diluted, the grant funding helps this a lot, Tom, because it gives us a good runway. They pay,
Yeah.
UK government with the grants. They pay my core team, salaries and stuff. For,
Right.
yeah.
That's been very helpful. Yeah. So, what exactly? And you mentioned before a little bit about how you intend to use the funds. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit? Use of funds.
Yeah, sure. We're looking around about 60% of it sales and marketing, 30% keep furthering the dev costs. So I think an instant part of what we're doing is like the fact that we are obviously winning Innovate UK. The reason we won that was because we're looking at collating mass global data on mathematics, or primary school mathematics, but then we're actually looking at the clustering algorithms to detect neurodiversity in an earlier age. So actually we can tell, a year in a child's life is a long time if they're suffering dyscalculia, dyslexia, or autism. And so actually we can pick up the characteristics of this from the data analytics and feed that to the teacher and say, okay, we didn't want to be a diagnostic tool because then you go to the medical, long process and long, and all that. We wanted to be a teaching and learning, but we wanted to give that quality data because we're so advanced in what we're doing. We're already working with UCL, Joe Van Hervigen, some good names in this area. St Andrews in Scotland, RGU in Scotland, where I would originate from, on the entrepreneur course. And so we've got really great support. And we're looking at detecting neurodiversity in early age, but we're looking at picking up the kids who the system would miss, if you look at it like that. So the kids who would be typically missed, we're picking up the data from them and saying, okay, this kid's got characteristics of this, feed that to the teacher. That's kind of what we did. On the bigger picture, we're then looking at learning styles and saying we can hyper personalize the learning because we know this kid learns this way. We can ask the questions then we've got ML and then Gen AI on the back producing the questions that are personalized to the child.
Oh, that sounds really awesome. Well, I have to ask you because it seems like such an interesting space, and I know the problem has been around for a long time. Who are you primarily competing against?
So what's interesting is we're not competing against the players in the game will people like IXL Maths. They would be in the supplementary area. There's like Khan Academy, IXL Maths, some decent names, For us, what we did was to say, no, we're core content. We're already working in Missouri. I've already aligned with Missouri state standards, with UK, with the Cambodia national curriculum, with the India, so we've done some really good quick curriculum mapping, set things in motion and already got the accreditation from Cambodia government, for example, so we can sell across Cambodia. We've got it in Khmer language. We have it in Thai already. We haven't put it into Arabic, into Spanish. So this we've done rapidly. The key competitors in the space will be the big boys, Pearson's, which then gives us a very realistic exit at pretty attractive figures to a trade sale because I'm a disruptor. And right now I'm taking customers off Pearson's, which is a problem for them.
Right. Are they aware that you're knocking on the doors?
Yeah, we've been approached by, they working with they're doing some stuff with Right Rose Maths that are big. They've got 30,000 schools, 15 million ARR. And the founder, I've been chatting to the founder 3 times last week about joining my team, we are somewhat going to be problematic for them. That's no doubt whatsoever.
Okay. Well, you got to become an irritant at some point. I'm just curious. Now about the selling strategy. Let's talk about, getting into the school systems. How difficult, because I know sometimes their decision-making processes can be very slow. How is it that you've been able to get such great traction already?
I mean, look, in the first 10 months, we signed over $4 million of contracts in the first 10 months. Yeah. That was purely because I think one, as a former head of school, decent repute, English curriculum, IB curriculum, that when I got the UK government, who's got Department of Business and Trade, they take me on their trade missions with them. So they offer me the place on the trade mission,
okay.
Egypt, Morocco, Cambodia. The Cambodia contract came right on the back of a UK trade mission. I sit down with the minister, sit on the floor with him. We go through the platform. He thinks it's great. And then we discuss it, we discuss flipped classroom and the fact I'm an educator.
Wow.
We know this, and it gives it a lot of credibility because as a former head. So I'm not a businessman. I'm not I've done all right in the first 2.5 years. I think we've done okay. We took some from zero to venture capital, but it wasn't I wasn't a salesman. Yeah, maybe I was all right at it, and because it's genuine and believe in what we do, but that was it. So we managed to get some pretty rapid contracts. We did B2B contracts. And what I found very quickly was the fact, if we sit down with the minister tells me, like, these are the companies we're working with. This is a mobile company. This is a digital content company. I want them to meet you, Andy. And it's literally as simple as that. Like, okay, these are the guys in Thailand you need to be partnering with. They're working directly with the ministry. Then there you go. I got a $500,000 contract across Thailand, like literally in days, so it was
wow. It's
been unusual.
This is a fun ride. I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting some of your passion. And if somebody wants to learn more, your website is everybodycounts.org.uk.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and feel free to reach directly to me. Like, it's Andy@everybodycounts.org.uk. No problem at all.
Great. And Andy, I wrap up every episode with the simple question: why should I invest?
I think we're doing something truly groundbreaking, Tom. And people may say that in the product and stuff. I think we've got what we're doing with neurodiversity on a mass level. I think is we've got 20% of the world's child's population struggling day to day with schooling. And I think we've now come with a solution that can actually help them. We've got dyslexic friendly font, dyscalculia friendly backgrounds. We're picking up traits of neurodiversity for these children to get the right support. I think that's enormously powerful, and I think it's very important. Yeah, they should invest because we'll make them, all the X's they're going to want and all the rest of it. But I think the fact we're mission-led and with a real cause behind what we're doing is the reason they should invest in us,
Wow, you sold me, Andy. It's a very great story. Congratulations on all the success you've enjoyed so far. I'm talking with Andy Ridgway, the founder and CEO of Everybody Counts. Andy, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Tom. Pleasure.
For more information about how you can get involved in the ICAN mission, please contact me directly via email at tomdenning@icanhub.net.